Analytics, how are you doing?
Great, great, great. Have a seat.
Thank you.
Casey, Jared from Analytics.
Jared?
Hi,
Nice to
Janisse Marketing.
Casey Z from Marketing. Nice to see you.
Outstanding. Y'all come on in.
Casey, do you mind if you take a seat?
Oh, please do. Please do. Anxious to hear what you guys have to say.
Thank you.
Really quickly, we wanted to, if you guys can pass these down, hand you our business cards so you can contact us easily about if you have questions about us moving forward.
Thank you very much.
Casey, how's your week been?
So far, so good. You know, weather kind of turned today, but it's been a beautiful, beautiful week.
Yes, it was fantastic indeed.
Yeah.
Well, Casey, we're very excited to be here. Thank you very much for your time. Before we begin, this is a small gesture from your special task team.
Outstanding. Another advocacy. Yeah.
And it's not from China, so you don't have to worry about any of the parasites.
I was going to have Davey pick it up first.
But we feel this, Abacus currently represents where we stand as a company.
Okay.
All of our chips are stacked, mostly on the business side, and we're performing and doing well.
Right.
But we like, not the same in terms of health awareness. We see this as an opportunity for us to move forward. And we know it as a company that's not only health conscious, but also puts up those impressive profits and then
I want to get there.
So do we. And we want to take this time today to just discuss where we went wrong in terms of our AAA score, and ask a couple of questions to just arrive at a bit of understanding of what we can do to move forward and get those scores up to where they should be. How does that sound?
That's where we want to be.
Sure. And just to confirm, we have 15 minutes today?
Yeah, we got 15 minutes.
Do you mind if we take notes?
Oh, please do. I'll be taking some myself. So.
Fantastic. Well, Casey, as you know, Melissa's already taken the initiative to purchase these Get Fit vans to combat some of the challenges that we're facing in terms of health awareness. Moving forward in this initiative, what role do you see yourself playing? And also, can you tell us some of the goals that you're willing to achieve as this company?
I'm not exactly sure what question you want me to answer.
Both. Well, the first question is, moving forward in this role to combat some of the challenges that we're facing in terms of health awareness, what role do you see yourself playing?
In kind of moving forward here, I'm obviously going to have to make sure that the solutions that you guys come up with are going to help get this problem solved. Right. So I'm going to be accountable for making sure that it's going to solve that problem and that it's going to fit into the funds that we have available. So that's as far as the specific issues that you're talking about. Did I answer that question?
Yeah, you did. And some of your overall goals for the company?
Overall goals, my role is to make sure that we keep this place the best place to work.
Oh yeah.
The best benefits. I'm always looking to try to implement that next benefit trend. And obviously I got to take care of this HHA thing.
Of course. And later this afternoon we are meeting with Doug at 3 p.m. So we wanted to know, will you be present at that meeting?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And are there any other decision makers that we should be aware of?
No, it's just going to be Doug will have the final say on the overall decision. It clearly is going to touch the person outside, and that's her where she lives. Yeah. So I'll be there to kind of help and support, and she's going to probably rely on me to do the numbers so that when it's all said and done, we can show Melissa where the pennies are. She is about that.
She is.
And I'm sure everyone in this room can agree that we did underperform on certain aspects regarding employee health.
Yes.
What do you think contributed to this?
I think we found out a lot about so some of the options that we have may not have been the healthiest. I think if we look at that and where it impacted on the HHH, I think that there's a clear direct line to the way we're doing some things or not doing some other things that impacted some of the areas that were scored.
And I'm glad you're aware that the snack opportunity is something we have to look into.
Okay.
Have you ever thought, currently to date, are there any ideas in the pipeline to offering more availability on snacks, different options, healthier options, or anything of that sort?
It's one of those things that we're really counting on you guys to put together a plan, knowing what's in front of us, knowing what we want to address. You're going to come up with a plan to help us address those specific things. So we're anxious to kind of see if you think that that's something we should look at. We want to entertain it. So.
Okay, great. I'm glad to hear that you're open to that thought. Along with that, have you ever looked into the caffeination station and what choices we provide there and how that might affect our employees' health?
In terms of the choices available at the caffeination station?
Yes.
I think we've consistently evaluated some of the things that are available there. I know we've made some changes on Frappuccino and Appuccino and whatever Chino comes in and things like that. And some of the energy drinks and things like that we've put in there. So I know we've made some changes in the past about what's available, but it's always been a caffeination station.
And when talking about the caffeination station, are you open to expanding the options that the employees currently have and to finding more ways that provide natural energy, not in the forms of loads of sugar.
I don't
things
think
of
we
that
would be
sort.
opposed to anything being modified there. I think we would be, yeah, it's Doug's baby, so I'll let you know
Right, I
that.
understand that.
You know, but you know, so as long as you're just talking about modifying and not eliminating anything, I don't know that we'd be out of line on that.
Okay, great.
And as we talk about a couple possible room updates, I'd love to get into the game station.
Okay.
Right now, our employees are leading a fairly sedentary lifestyle at work, sitting at the desk, and as much fun as Mortal Kombat Fridays are, I love them.
Good.
You know, during the week.
How'd you do?
I'm ranking up there.
Right.
You know.
Still got me to take out.
Coming for Jared, but you know, we'd love to kind of get into the possibility of including some more active games with our current set that we offer.
Right.
Have you heard of the Wii Fit or Xbox Connect?
Oh yeah. We know they're out there, so if
Yeah, so I'm sure you know that these are some games that are really fun. We have tennis and golf and boxing and
Zumba.
Zumba. Yeah, and I'm wondering how you see having some more active games, including the game room, affecting the active mindset that we have at Abakai.
you know, I think anything that can be done to improve the activity, if it's going to help us impact the HHH score and we're going to be able to pay for it, are things that we're going to be willing to consider. So.
Great, and you did say to improve the activity. In your years of experience, have you seen any incentives that really change the behavior of the employee?
Well, the only incentive program that we currently have is the game of the week. Mm-hmm. So, you know, we've been very benefits driven in terms of employee satisfaction. We just haven't dealt with incentives. So.
And would you agree there's an opportunity to increase health awareness in employees?
Well, in looking at the HHH score, there's clearly a deficit in the awareness scoring to those segments. So clearly something we're looking at some ideas to fix.
And that's the same thing we did. As a special task team, we really sat back and thought, well, what can we do to bring health awareness? I mean, we do love the events like the Easter egg hunt. I don't know if you guys
That's a big one.
Yes.
When the family comes over.
Yes, and that's the main point. It's family, it's interactive and fun.
Yeah.
Correct. What if we could have a event like that, but introduce health awareness to employees?
At the Easter egg hunt?
No, another event.
Oh, okay. But you know, again, we're looking for your ideas that'll be linked to fixing the problem and being paid for. So, you know, if that's something that you guys come back and as the task team tell us that this is the solution, we're going to want to definitely know how it works. Doug's going to want to make sure that it's going to fit in and meet the goals. But you know, if that's the solution, and you guys have some tangible things that come back and tell us what we need to do, I'm sure we'll entertain it.
And still keep that Abakai culture, that fun, interactive culture.
Well, we
talked
love to
about.
have fun. So again, that's our role. So.
Okay, so if we can find a way to really integrate certain incentives, a kickoff event, some room updates, and infuse it with the Abakai culture that we know and love, how do you see us improving our Triple H scores and our bottom line?
Well, there's some specific areas in there that we're looking to impact. So, you know, hopefully the things that you're talking about will get us to those. We've got a limited time to get it done.
Absolutely.
And want to make sure that, again, it's not a priority we wanted to have, but it's one that we have. So.
And if we are unable to really go 110% and make huge impacts, how do you see that affecting our company 1 year, 5 years, even 10 years down the road?
Well, you know, if we're faced with insurance costs and we continue to see the negative scores increase, it's just going to be devastating. You know, let alone trying to fund anything else that we want to do. Right.
So we've looked at some preliminary numbers as far as where we really see this going if we can make some small but impactful changes to the company. Over the next 10 years, we've honestly seen a lowball savings of over $5.5 million. And we're wondering, we're wondering how that sounds to you.
Well, I obviously we're going to need to prove every penny.
Absolutely.
I've done some looking at some things myself, and I haven't calculated them out that far, but that sounds like a pretty big number.
We'd love to actually put together a binder with some of the things that you've told us today to really show you how we can work those numbers out in the meeting later.
Good.
Before we move forward, we would like to know if there's anything else you feel we should know with this meeting and moving forward with this project.
I'm not sure exactly what you're looking for there.
Well, previously you referred to we have a lot of goals and we have a limited time to reach them. And some of the goals we've talked about were improving awareness, maybe even an incentive program. But aside from that, is there anything you had in mind specifically that you would like us to be aware of and move forward with when
in relation to the HHH?
And moving on with the program.
Just general concerns, anything that we missed.
Well, in the HHH, we looked at some specific areas. If that's what you're asking, we're not 100% sure what you're looking for.
Well, in regards to developing an incentive program to get employees active, along with having them make better health-conscious choices in the office.
Yeah, it's like our main goal, kind of hopefully to answer your question, since I'm not 100% clear what you're asking, is we've got to get this HH thing fixed in time, and got to make sure that it's paid for. So around those things, that maintaining the culture and the things we want to get done here, that's we'd like to have it all, but we realize that we're gonna have to probably look at some things. So.
Right, and that's what we saw, but we just want to clarify with you being the VP of HR that's what you were looking for.
Yeah, I'm responsible for making it happen, but I got to keep the eye on what I'm supposed to do here too. So
that's great. Well, Casey, thank you very much for your time today. We got some great insight, and just before we leave, we just want to quickly summarize everything that we learned from this meeting to make sure that we're all on the same page. First and foremost, we need to get that AAA scored back where it was before, and in good time, and also be conscious, costs and sort of budgets and all we're going to do moving forward. And you're also willing to explore certain, snack options in the caffeination station, as well as the snack rooms, to possibly provide healthier options for employees. And keeping in mind, whatever we do moving forward, we keep this company culture that's fun and excited, and team and family inclusive that we also love. And we just want to make sure that whatever we do, we have that corporate culture that we so love. Does this sound right to you?
I think we're on the right track. As far as addressing this problem and trying to get those things done. So I'm anxious to kind of hear your ideas and see what you have on that. So.
Okay, great. And in preparation for our meeting with Doug later at 3 p.m., do you mind if we use this information that we got to present?
I'll be there, and please do. So.
Okay, fantastic. Casey, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. See you this afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks. See you. Thank you.
Hey guys, I'm so excited to have you. How's it going? High five, high five.
Maria.
How's it going? Nice to see you. How are you doing? Doug, I can't believe you're here.
Oh, me too.
Good to see you.
Hey, hi guys. Good to see you.
You guys have any great plans in motion yet for Halloween coming up? I know our contest is Wednesday.
I know. I mean, my costume. I can't tell you what it is, but it's gonna be good.
We were hoping a sneak peek, but apparently not today.
Well, Doug, it's great to see you. Casey, it's good to see you again. Janet and I are from the marketing department, and Maria and Jared are from the analytics department. And as your special task team, we want to ask you a couple of questions today and ultimately agree on a program that we can rally around these Get Fit bands and ultimately increase our AAA score. Now, how does that sound to you both?
Sounds good.
Fantastic. And I just want to confirm that we have 20 minutes today?
Yep.
That's great. Earlier we met with Casey, and the 3 main takeaway points that we had from our conversation with him is that, number 1, we need to increase those AAA scores, first and foremost.
Yes.
And secondly, in a cost-effective way, what can we do to keep up with employee benefit trends? And thirdly, as a company, we need to be aware. We need to be health conscious, and we need to be aware of the decisions that we're making that can impact our health. Now, Doug, is there anything that you would like to add in, or does this sound about right to you?
That sounds good.
That's great. Well, for the agenda for today is that we're going to discuss the situation, where we are as a company right now, looking at the plans, what we can do to implement this. We know Melissa is all about those numbers, so we're going to discuss the cost.
I know, she's tough on me. So.
And lastly, we're going to discuss the benefits. What are the results of this program?
Great.
Does that sound great moving forward?
Yeah.
Now, if you guys don't mind, indulge me for a second. Here at Advocate, we're all about fun and games. So we're going to play a little bit of The Price is Right.
Okay, we like this.
Exactly. So these are some of the snack options that we're currently providing for employees around the office. Now, Doug, in terms of impact on health, what do you think this is costing our employees right now?
Really high blood pressure.
Really high blood pressure. Do you have any other guesses?
Well, it could be costing us to increase our healthcare costs.
Right now, our Helix score has fallen to negative 0.56.
You know a lot about that. You studied it a lot, didn't you?
I've learned a lot about that.
Now, we know this is just a number, but here at Advocate, we care about our employees. We're empathetic, And if we don't change anything right now, you know, if we keep going on this track, we're at risk of high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and type 2 diabetes. So it is important that we get those scores back to where they need to be. Back to the game.
Okay.
From a financial aspect, on the bottom line, you know, what do you think these same snack choices are going to cost the company? Short term, long term?
Well, what's in the budget right now? It looks like they cost us $200 an employee, maybe a little more than that.
Well, because of our current AAA score, our insurance rates have gone up by 2%. So this year alone, we stand to lose $186,000. That's just this year.
Yep.
And if we don't change, if we stay on our current path, looking forward, that figure 10 years from now could be 1.8 million. Now I'm sure we can all agree that's a lot of money, but that would be seriously detrimental to employees' health by then.
Yeah, we don't like that big number.
No.
Do you guys have any questions so far?
I think we're ready to see what you got for us.
Well, going through that situation, it's not really the best thing to leave off on, and we really wish Davey would have turned down the Magnificent 7 in his earbuds so he would have checked that package.
Yeah, we agree.
Well, we have thought of a plan to kind of combat this. And we'd like to launch this program centered around a big kickoff event called the Abakai Get Fit Field Day. And this field day would be a fun company-wide event to get everyone excited about some of the changes that are going to ensue around here. The structure of it would look a little bit like this. So we'd start it off with a nice Price is Right game to get everyone involved, to keep with that current culture, bring our employees out and ask them how much calories you think is in your favorite caffeination station drink, or snacking on M&Ms every day across the year. What do you think that does to your health? Really get them informed. Following that, it would be an info session where we bring them in, show them the organizational results on the Helix scores, and let them know how we performed and where our opportunities lie. Following that, we're going to introduce the Get Fit bands and show them we found something to really help you improve your health in a fun, innovative way. And then at this point, there's no better time than say, hey, go try these bands out. You got these nice bands on your wrist, so they're going to go play fun field day games just like they were back in elementary school. And at this point, we'd like to open it up to families. Casey, earlier in the meeting, you agreed that family is a huge support system, and it's great incorporating family and work like we do with the Easter egg hunt. So we'd like to take that opportunity and bring them in. They can play games and learn about some of the lifestyle changes an important member of their family is going to make. Following that would be a debriefing session where we'd sit down over a nice healthy meal. And Doug, we'd like the executives come down and help at this point. Maybe show your face, help cook even, really get the employees.
I'm a really great chef, so.
Well, we'd like to see that out there.
So would I.
We want to get the employees motivated knowing that this change is occurring on all levels of our company. Does that plan sound good to you, starting everything off?
It sounds good. We're interested in the details. So.
Well, there's more details to follow. It would go into some room updates. And Casey, this is something we talked about earlier. We've worked with our current snack provider to implement healthier options into the snack room to increase availability. For the caffeination station, one big thing we thought of was all natural fruit smoothies that provide natural energy using vitamins B6 and B12 to get your metabolism going. Then in the game room, Xbox Connect, Wii Fit, video games that allow you to use more than your thumbs for a workout so that you can maintain that healthy lifestyle thinking throughout your workday. And lastly, group exercise classes. We went with group exercise instead of a personal trainer because group exercise, that's the team motto at Abakai, getting everyone motivated and out there and encouraging their coworker to get healthy.
And you know I like to teach those Zumba classes.
Yeah,
He's always been talking about Zumba since that started. Well, we have the options, we've given them the opportunities, the technology with the Get Fit bands. The last thing we could think of is some kind of reward for changing their lifestyle. We thought of having a reward system where, based on your Triple H improvements, so every time you improve 1 point through the systems, your name is entered into a randomized drawing for a monthly, quarterly, and yearly prize. Here's some of the prizes we have laid out. So starting off with monthly, we have 18 holes of golf for you and a friend or coworker, a massage for the same, +1. Then also a Connect or a Wii Fit to continue that fun video game culture, but bring it home and share it with your family. And just in case it gets too busy at work, because everyone's going to love it. Yeah. Then into quarterly rewards. Personal chefs coming to your home and cooking for a week and offering you nutritional classes so you can see how to cook great with your family while maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Also, a nice Wolfgang Puck cook set so you can cook great meals on great cookware. And this leads us to our grand prize, the annual prize of a week of vacation.
Wow.
Who wouldn't love that here at Advocate?
I would.
So with these rewards, coupled with these opportunities and technology changes, you think this would get people motivated to come work out?
It sounds like it would really get people motivated, but it sounds like a really expensive program too.
And that's something we'd love to get into later. Casey stressed that's one of his main concerns, so we have a great cost outline for you later on in the presentation. Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So the last thing here about rewards, working out, is something that integrates well within our culture, and that's Mortal Kombat. So we've devised Mortal Kombat Fitness, themed after some of the top players in the game. And this would work, we'd all take initiative on leading a team. So for example, I'm on the Liu Kang team. Liu Kang is one of the best fighters in the game. So this is the all-around body workout, head-to-toe workout. And as team lead, I would be the fitness champion, motivating my team to work out, answering any questions, and making sure I set the proper example for them as well. We do this for about 6 months to get everyone excited and on board, and then after that, we'd allow other employees to step up and lead a team, so we promote that positive atmosphere around here. So at this point, Doug, Casey, what program do you think you would start up first?
They sound good to us.
Should join the Johnny Cage. That's mine. So just in case you're not a huge Mortal Kombat fan, we did brainstorm a couple of incentives to get people moving. We have Abacai around the world where employees can earn miles either biking, running, swimming, essentially any activity to reach the company goal of exercising around the world. We want to get that little man into different destinations. So this would be displayed in the company lobby to remind us every day that we are a team and we must finish what we started. So it's a collaborative miles that would be projected. We could even have a wrap-up dinner. It would be healthy food from different destinations and it would really fit into the Abacai culture. To go off of that and really drive home the point, we would have an electronic newsletter that would be weekly. This would all be driven by employee spotlight. It would all be by peer recognition on someone that has done above and beyond with their personal goals. And they're telling their story on what they're doing to keep healthy. If that means Maggie Johnson's walking 2 hours a day with her husband and her dog, that's a healthy tip. We also have another section of upcoming events, like the locals food market is coming down to the main lobby and educating employees on, you know what, why is this good for you as an employee and what you could do to cook these ingredients. Another aspect is the puzzles. We all know we love the puzzles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, me too.
So we're
I stumped this morning.
Yes, I did one before coming. So. And that's what we want into this newsletter, to keep that Abacai culture. We initiate a section on Q&A or even a did you know? Did you know that it's good to nap for 5 minutes, no longer than 10? Or maybe a team building model, like we are a team, so let's all round up together. How would you see these incentives playing on peer recognition, company morale, and improving health awareness?
They sound good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so as fun as incentives are, I'd like to get into everyone's favorite part, the cost. So we've gone through.
That's Casey's favorite part.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So we've gone through and calculated out through the different things we plan to instill into this program that it's $244 per employee. You'll notice that this includes the wristband upgrade. Now, the Fit Freaks upgrade is used by Olympians all across the world. They're moving from country to country, competing together, and like Olympians, our employees are always on the go. They need to be able to access their information anywhere, anytime, whether they're at McDonald's with their kid going through the drive-thru, discovering that the fruit parfait is not 100 calories, but 800, or anything else that they might be needing to do. I know your first thought is probably, wow, this sounds expensive, but we found a way to take all of this cost and put it into our budget so that we're reallocating things and not spending any more than we already are.
Okay.
Our first plan was to look at vending. When we sent out our employee survey, we received a number of complaints from different employees saying that the vending machines were distracting during their work, they were loud, people were always near their desks. Because we also have such a wide variety of snacks in the snack room and other places in the office, we decided a great way to add to the budget would be to get rid of the vending costs. So we're going to take half of the vending costs and apply it to the snack room. This way we can add fresh fruits,
So
other
did I hear
healthy
you
things.
right that you're saying we're going to have no vending?
No vending machines, but we're going to have a lot of other healthy and delicious snack offerings all around the office instead.
I thought we had talked about not eliminating.
Yeah, we're not going to eliminate vending.
Great, and that's also an option. This is just some plans that we brainstorm, but we're more than comfortable to work with you and see what we can modify.
If you could take a second, could you say why you don't want to eliminate vending?
Well, we want to make sure that we're still everybody's favorite place to work. And even though there might have been some people in the survey who said, you know, they wanted healthier options, there were a lot of people who said that they really liked the vending machines too. So we don't want to make anyone unhappy.
You know, that's actually something that we found at first too. But when we really dug into the survey, we saw that 60% of our employees are not happy with the current variety of snacks we offer and wish there were healthier options.
Yeah, we saw that they weren't happy with the variety, but they didn't say they weren't happy with the vending machines.
And the vending machines, in the customer testimonial, in our employee testimonials, there were a few complaints about the noise distracting them, but we looked at this as an opportunity. If we're providing the same snacks in our snack room as the vending machine, we just thought we would relocate
those
the snacks.
vending machines are a long way from the snack room on some floors, and that makes it prohibitive to even get this stuff.
That's why we thought we'd take that opportunity and get these people walking. And those miles could add up to Abakai around the world.
Not to mention, we'd love to take the extra snacks in the snack room and put them in baskets around the office, which is a really simple solution to not having vending and distribution costs, but to still have snack options for employees all around the office on all floors. Does that satisfy your concern?
No. No, we're not willing to eliminate the vending machines.
Okay. Well, we can definitely look into other areas within the budget, and absolutely the game room, as I'll explain in a little bit.
Okay.
So when we looked at the video game room, our first thought was, no way do we want to eliminate any of our video game things. We love Mortal Kombat.
Good.
However, when we really looked a little bit deeper, we realized that we have $623,000 for the rest of this year for our video game budget.
Yeah.
When you dive into that and look at how much it costs to include Wii Fit, Xbox Connect, a number of other game systems, Mortal Kombat, it's significantly less than $623,000. And with the budget cuts of over $500,000, so over $500,000, we still have plenty of money left over to include all the game systems we currently love. Do you have any concerns?
So what are you talking about reducing? I'm not following the numbers on the video games.
Okay. So for the video game budget right now, we have $623,000
Yeah, we've got it allocated per head, so there's $1,000 a head.
Yep. Right. So we'd be taking that cost and lowering it a little bit and using the rest of those costs. About $50 per head.
About $50 a head. Follow that.
And then the video game budget is a little bit lower, but instead we use those costs to apply to the rest of our program and really end up saving Abakai a ton of money at the end of the day.
So you're talking about pulling $50 a head out of the video game room and use somewhere else. I'm right with that.
You are right with that.
Yeah.
And also, this is something we'd like to relook at a year down the road when we have seen the savings and have had the savings come back our way.
Yeah, and we'll be glad to look at it now. Right now, we're concerned about what we're going to do today.
Okay, absolutely. So the most exciting part here is the results.
But you're still not following your cost.
Sure, and we'd have it all planned down here in our programs we'd give you later on, and it has a detailed explanation on how we got our numbers. Maybe it would answer some of your questions.
Good.
So, we'd like to get into the fun part if you're ready for that, the costs. I know that you guys have probably been wondering all along, what is the value of this basket? Do you guys have any idea as far as the Triple H score, what the value of this basket is?
I think I do, but I'm anxious to see what you have.
All right, well, so far, we see ourselves being able to increase our Triple H score to 2.45. This is just by meeting industry standards on incentives, on awareness, and slowly bringing up our BMI and other health problems to realistically hit a 2.45. Do you have any idea what that would do to our budget?
I do.
All right, so we're looking at 1 year down the road, saving an extra $373,000 in insurance premiums. 10 years down the road, that's $3.7 million saved. Now when you look at this slide and you take the difference between the current path we're on and the path that we could be on, that's over $5.5 million in difference. How does this sound to you?
It sounds good, but I'm just wondering how we got there with the HHH.
Yeah, what are the specifics in HHH that you're looking at? Because there are some areas that we think we can impact, and some areas we know we can't in that short term.
So this is something we definitely decided to break down. First of all, we have organized personal measures with BMI, blood pressure, blood chemistry, personal health awareness.
Okay.
We see ourselves bringing awareness and incentives up to industry standards, but some of these other things, just by switching 3 times a week from one M&M and Laffy Taffy.
So awareness, how are we going to bring that up?
Awareness is...
That could be something as simple as a newsletter or the Abakai around the world. That's the whole point of getting them educated on what is my score and how can I improve on this.
Okay, I got that. And the device will help with that on that one piece, right? On the organizational piece.
Okay, so as far as incentives go, we walked through earlier some incentives that we have for different prizes, for Mortal Kombat, getting people fun and active vacation time.
Okay.
We see definitely being able to meet industry standards as far as incentives go.
Incentives, I see that.
We're good with that.
With the consumable index, by bringing in some healthy foods, we can at least get significantly closer or above, if not already there.
Got it, and that's an audit piece, and I can see that.
And then as far as BMI goes,
Now the health awareness, where's that coming from on organizational?
organizational health awareness is if the company is aware of what their own employees are doing and how their employees are doing.
So how are we going to get there?
Well, just by the executives and by the employee and by our Get Fit Field Day, we'll be releasing these numbers to everyone, and
Which
even
numbers?
with the Triple H numbers that come from the bands.
And they would also have in surveys on, you know what, how we're doing, and then if not on evaluation of the
So
program.
that's what the program that comes with the bands.
Yes.
Correct. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, the only thing I'm not buying on that based on what our knowledge, the BMI and the other scores, the top two that you have on that list are not something that our research tells us we're going to impact in year one or longer term.
And Casey, that's something we understand. That's why I would put consolidated records of our research together so you're able to see this.
Got it.
And follow along with us.
No, I buy everything but those two scores, so I got you.
Gotcha.
So
Well, it's
we're
all
glad to
explained
hear
in the
that.
binder.
And so along with this, we know everyone wants to get excited and save money. So here's our proposed timeline. Getting this kickoff event started on November 9th. Everyone takes half days on Fridays. Slowly implementing the room changes and then allowing enough time to get the newsletter and the reward program set up, follow with an employee survey and a complete reevaluation at the end of April.
We like the timeline.
With all that being said, we really like to thank this time that you've given us, and we just want to show you that we can yield big results by making small changes. This isn't the permanent solution, and neither is this, but a good marryment of the two implemented into our current culture can not only help us be more healthy, but increase our financial results. With that being said, I would like to give you these so you could go over our research and see the findings that we had.
Great.
And with any
Are the
questions-
costs in here?
Yes,
Yep,
they are.
as well as our
I'll
PowerPoint slides.
And we would love to follow up with a meeting to clear any other considerations. How does that sound to you?
Well, we're making a decision today.
Okay.
The PowerPoint slides are towards the back.
Cross board.
Yeah, I'm looking for where you're costing out the smoothies, the egg box, the reward system. What's the specifics on that?
That's
I got
all
it
towards
here.
the front of you. You found it.
So, wristband.
Got it. Okay.
The week for wristband be.
The upgrade. What's the upgrade on the wristband?
$30 per month per employee.
All right, I think we got what we need. Thank you.
Great,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Just please contact us if you have any issues.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Thank you so
Thanks.
much.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.
You don't have to be so formal, you can say it right here. Take a deep breath.
Relax.
It's over.
It's over. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the big bad judges get to talk. Unlock your code.
Oh, dig down.
So hey, we just want to give you some feedback, okay? Look, we thought that the introduction of the Price is Right visuals was very, very effective as a way to pull in. Doug and Casey actually thought that was outstanding. The creativity around the reward system we really liked, and how it was a steered approach, and ultimately the vacation plan was sort of an incentive to go out and do this stuff on how to actually get there. So we really liked that, because that would really help, drive down the results from the HHH. We like the creativity of the around tracking how far you swim or walk or whatever it is around the world. We thought that was great. The newsletter and the puzzles, we all thought that was a very strong, important part of the plan. So overall, very nice job. I think probably one of the opportunities that would have helped you when you got to the closing part, by more effectively asking questions earlier today, you would have understood that Casey wasn't really, he's not going to budge on changing anything that could negatively impact the culture. So when you're playing with the financials, you could have tweaked some stuff around by understanding that, hey, he's not going to move the vending machines, he's not going to do this. He's willing to change some things, but he's not going to do a wholehearted, complete change.
Right, and we saw that in the morning call. We missed out on that small opportunity to just like just confirm something, some
Yeah.
specifics,
Right.
I think would have impacted what you're talking about right now.
Right, because you could have played around with a few of the financials and then you would have been there and it would have been cost neutral and things would have been great. Because you went for the upgrade on the wristband, which is nice. It's going to help the organization. So that was probably the biggest opportunity we saw. Okay?
Thank you guys.
Good job. Good job. Thank you.
Did you guys want snacks?